Yo, what's up, fam? What's up, everybody? Let a couple more people come into the house. Just kind of jumping on real quick. First time going live on my IG, so thank you to my IG family for coming through. And I'm live on my YouTube now, so I'm kind of doing both of them, so I'm going back and forth. But thank you, everybody who's joining the live right now. Straight up, straight up. What's up, everybody? What's up, fam? What's up, YouTube fam? What's up, IG fam? Thank everybody for jumping in with me. We're gonna chop it up tonight. We're gonna talk about some spiritual sovereignty. What's up, Glass Moon 219 Managa? What's good? What's good, fam? Monica, how you doing? Hey, forgive me if I miss somebody. I'm kind of going live on two platforms, so it's kind of first time, you know what I mean? But we're gonna do it. We're gonna get it right. What's up, IG? What's up? Caught you for the first time, man. Lulu, I love. Hey, I appreciate you, Susu. I appreciate you. Queen V with 3, what's up? I appreciate you for catching my live. That's my day one right there, y'all. What's good, y'all? What's up, Leo? What's up? But yeah, so we're gonna do a quick little live real quick, y'all. We're gonna chop it up real quick about some spiritual sovereignty. So, it's about taking the risk right now to be sovereign, to be the best version of ourselves, right? But not just in the simplified way that we've heard. Now it's time to be the best version of ourselves, but take the opportunity to be sovereign, to be exclusively sovereign. And what does that even mean? What does it mean to be sovereign, right? It's kind of amazing that we as people. Well, before I get into that, make sure everybody can hear me, because I've done this before, and everybody go, man, what did you say? All right, so can everybody hear me? IG, if you can hear me, throw a 13 in there. YouTube, if you on the YouTube platform, throw a 13 in there for me, if you can hear what I'm saying. Hey, y'all, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go check on the babies real quick, but I'm gonna be right back. All right. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. I had to go check on some things real quick. But anyway, we back. So we talking about spiritual sovereignty, taking the risk to be spiritually sovereign. See, it's kind of amazing, like I was saying before. A lot of us don't realize that we live in these open air prisons. We live in these places that sort of keep us encapsulated in areas. And what are the walls? They're called borders. So we live in these open air prisons. And because we have this ideology that says that we are free and that we are um, sort of in our own right able to do what we want to do, this thought alienates us from our true sovereignty. This puts us kind of at odds with having a true knowing of self. Because if you're not sovereign, you're giving your energy to someone else. You are allowing someone else to use your energy to push themselves up, to elevate themselves, to work on their macabre, their light ship, to work on their ship, right? Because that's what worship is. So as we step into this new time that is asking us, that is begging us to please step forward and be that best version of ourselves, we got to be able to now know that spiritual sovereignty is what we're holding on to. It's the promise of eternal life. Having spiritual sovereignty is a sign of having that promise of eternal life. And when I say eternal life, what do I mean? You are a sovereign soul. You are responsible for everything that comes in and out of your temple. Now, you can't always control everything that come in. I understand that, right? But you can control what comes out of your temple. That's a choice. So being sovereign over your temple is literally all about being able to control your mouth, the tongue, right? Your thoughts, the mind, because the battlefield is your mind. That's where we fight all of our battles at. It's not against flesh and blood, right? It's not against the very people that we think are doing things to us. It's actually against the mind. Every battle that you've ever had has been in your mind. I'm telling you, it may turn physical, but it started in your mind. So as I was speaking on these open air prisons that we live in called countries, and the borders that are walls that they use to keep us imprisoned, we have lost, because of this, we have lost our true identity as sovereign beings, as actual true inhabitants of the earth. The most amazing thing to me is that humanity hasn't realized yet that they are the gods of this realm. They are the ones with the power in their hand to decide what will happen. But it seems like it's going to take something explosive for humanity to wake up and realize that they got this power in their hand, and this is the true power. This is the true power of the God in this realm. Because number one, you could take any scripture, right? You could take any book that has been written and has been used for religious purposes. You could take all of this, and it's going to come back to one original point: you. It's about you. It's always been about you. The whole Bible is about you. Like I told you guys before, Jesus is nothing but an anagram from Je suis. I am. Go look it up. The word has been bastardized. But if you follow, like I tell you guys, follow the mythology, follow the legend. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So if you are the I am, you are Je suis. And even if you're Creole, Je suis, right? Je suis, I am. Same thing that was said in Exodus. I am that I am. That is the simplicity and beautifulness of the gospel, right? But only those who are sent Can't preach it. The rest of them, they just, they trying to figure it out. But it's an esoteric book written in symbology. And that symbology is about you. It's about the battlefield of your mind and the waking up process that you're going to go through. It's about the greater things you're going to do, because you are the I am that is present right now. You are. And because you are, I am. You feel me? We all one. We all one. Only the open air prisons keep us separated, because they say you can't pass this port and you can't go over here. So they have already cast lots for the land that belonged to the children of the Most High, and they have already divided it up. See, one thing I remember when for y'all that are new to this, I'll kind of go over my story a little bit. I grew up in foster care, my whole life, went through a whole lot of abuse and things like that, but and kind of grew up and did some things with basketball, was able to play a little professional ball, hoop it up a little bit. But then due to injury, had to retire. But throughout my whole life, there was this undercurrent of spirituality that always kept me and always spoke to me, right? But as I got deep into spirituality, I felt like most of us fall into religion. I thought religion was my spirituality, but it was just a stepping stone for me to learn to be who I am, right? So I don't fault religion. I just look at it for what it is. It is what it is. But it taught me exactly what I needed to know right now to be able to awaken the collective and fill in puzzle pieces, right? So I don't regret where I come from. I just know where I come from. And when you know where you come from, you can use your past to better your future, right? So these open air prisons that we live in called countries, when we break this paradigm of allowing our reality to be manipulated by those who claim to be in control, when we learn to claim our sovereignty back and we say that we are the ones that control what happens in the day-to-day society, because we are. When we say that, it will go as we have dictated that it will go. Other than that, it will go as others say it will go. But it's all in humanity's hands, right? But when you start to claim your sovereign self, when you say to yourself, I am the sovereign being in this body, in this temple, I'm the one driving this car. Like even car, like I gotta see, even car, right? That's the ancient African word for soul, ka, K-A, K-A, ka. And then they give you a car, K-A, or C-A-R, pronounced K-A, right? They give you a car. Why? Because your body is like a car. When you come into it, you are the key that cranks it up. You are the one that makes mobility possible in the temple, in the body. Just like a vehicle, just like a car today, your body is the vehicle. It's the car, right? It's the place of the car. So when you know this, you understand this, and you be living this, not be leaving it. Don't be leaving it, be living it, right? Use my little broken English, my Blackanese real quick, right? But when you are be living it, when you be living it, you be knowing it. You know who you are. And what do I mean when I say you know who you are? Who are you supposed to recognize yourself to be? You're supposed to recognize yourself to be the soul, the actual being, the intelligence, the consciousness that is in this body, in this temple. This is why you can say I'm a god or a goddess, because you have taken control of the body. You have taken the seat, and you have learned to sit in the temple, in the temple. And when you sit in the temple, you control the thoughts and the flow of energy that comes through, making you sovereign. And when you learn to be sovereign, man, it's amazing. Because see, when you learn to embody that sovereignty, you become a god, or a goddess walking on earth. I can't express that enough. When you learn to embody your sovereignty, like everything that we're doing right now, all of the shadow work, all of the connecting with the higher mind, all of the cleansing the past lifetimes, everything you have been doing to become sovereign, to stand up and say, I am, I am. You are the thing, right? In Exodus, Moses said, who shall I say sent me? He said, say, I am that I am. The true Jesus, right? Je suis, I am. What is that saying? You are the thing that you say you are. You are the thing you say you are. I am that I am. So, in other words, for those who don't understand what I'm saying, to sum it up real quick so I can move forward. When you say, I am tired, you are the thing you said you were. So, you have allowed the form of consciousness known as tired to inhabit your body. Not that your physical temple is not tired, no, but the consciousness of it, the very being of it. See, the more you say something, the more you become it. When you channel something, something is channeling you. So it's just about understanding the way that energy flows and energy goes, right? So the sovereign self that we are trying to really truly activate, the one that we've been feeding, this new creation that we are making, because we are the new creature. We're the new creation. We're making ourselves anew. Our youth is being renewed like the eagles. We're plucking out our feathers so that we can, grow in the new beautiful ones so that we can fly higher than ever before. So now that we are gravitating toward actually mastering this spiritual sovereignty, we are learning that it is the most important thing that we have, because as above, so below, as within, so without. So if I am not spiritually sovereign in here, or I should say in here, I'm not going to be spiritually sovereign out here in my surroundings. There's no way. Because I create and I manifest from here. From here. That's where I create and manifest from. So if on the inside I'm not sovereign, I'm bowing down to another entity other than myself, then I am living by the slave mentality. And hey, as a slave, you don't get to determine where you go. You just got to be leaving it. You always got to be leaving something. So, what is spiritual sovereignty then? What is this thing that I'm talking about? Stepping into your sovereignty is going to dramatically change your life. It's going to enhance your ascension process. It's going to bring you the spiritual energy and power you've been looking for to truly get over your shortcomings. It's all about knowing that you are divine. It's about exploring your divinity and then walking in your sacredness. Whether that sacredness is with yourself, with another, doesn't matter. It's your sacredness. You got to walk into it and shift your consciousness, shift your awareness from your past to your now. Because in your now, it is the present, it is the present moment given to you, the present, to develop your future, to decide which way you're going to go. This is the sacred relationship you got with life, period. But in this moment right now, where the windows of heaven are open and this Aquarian energy is being poured out, especially with this new moon coming up in Aquarius. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The spiritual sovereignty. This is a path of mastery that we are all being initiated on right now. It's so beautiful because we all are being pushed on this. We all are becoming who we truly were meant to be. And it's happening through the spiritual sovereignty. For some of us, it's unconscious. For others of us, it's fully conscious because we present in this moment, right? We taking the present or the present moment and we're using it to turn it for our advantage, right? So how can you become who you truly are? Guess what? Your spirit, your soul is descending through these dimensions of time and space. It's bringing to you your very own unique expression. That's who you are. You are the unique expression of source. You're being connected back to source. That's what's so cool right now. But only if you can be spiritually sovereign, because you're the one that has to take the step. You have to go to that next level. And if you don't go to the next level as a personal decision, as a personal choice, that's one thing they did get right in the church. It's a personal choice, right? Because you are what you say you are. You are. If you say you need something to survive, then you need it. If you say you don't, then you don't. Life and death is in the power of your tongue. Right here. So whatever you say, you have. And like, you don't even have to believe this. All you got to do is look around at your life. Look around at your life. That is the example. Not if you're rich or poor, not if you have a big house. That's not what I'm talking about. I am talking about your emotional stability, your mental stability. Do you have what you say you have? We usually do. We usually do. And when we create that on the inside, that is what surrounds us. That becomes our life. And then we start to hate our life. We start to want to dismiss our life. But we're the ones who built our lives. And then it's going to take time to change, right? It's just like gaining and losing weight. You didn't gain weight overnight. You ain't going to lose it overnight. It takes time to right the ship. So we got to be patient, especially in this microwave generation, where they tell you that you can have everything as soon as you want it, right? You can be whatever you want to be, whenever you want to be it. And that's not true. That is not true. But like I said, as we taking these steps to spiritual sovereignty, y'all, know that it's not going to come easy. It's not just going to happen because you're saying it's going to happen. It's going to happen when you claim your spiritual sovereignty, when you claim your path, when you claim your path, when you claim it. There's only been a few people that's really been able to claim this path and walk it. That's why it's the narrow path. But you can demonstrate this spiritual sovereignty, and you can do so by literally just using everything that you have learned in your past to adjust your future. At some point, you're gonna have to use this spiritual sovereignty to make decisions to keep your body and your template alive, your DNA upgrades active. But you gotta claim it. You gotta claim it. And as you embody it, meaning when you embody it, what am I saying? You live it out. You are your divine self. That you cannot truly ascend without being free and liberated. You have to be free and liberated to truly ascend your soul through this matrix. And most of us never even claim our sovereignty. That's the thing about it. We still waiting on somebody to save us. And that's not the thing we want to be doing, especially now. For y'all in the know, y'all know what it is with Project Bluebeam and with all of the aliens and this big, huge disclosure they're about to do now about extraterrestrials. If y'all follow me, you know what extraterrestrials mean. They're from the extra parts of Terra, from the terrain. They're from here. So if they're from the extra parts of Terra, there's no disclosure to be had, except for they've been manipulating society for a while. But they're only alien in the fact that they are not from this realm of existence, this land. this land, right? But anyway, I digress a little bit. But just know that now that you've integrated your shadow, you've done this work, you've integrated your shadow, you stepped into your power, right? You're supposed to have stepped into your power. That's kind of what we're talking about right now, the spiritual sovereignty part, because that's where we're at, right? I know we've integrated our shadow, right? So now we've stepping into our power and claiming our spiritual sovereignty, and now going through the valley of the shadow of darkness, of death, right? But we'll feel no evil. Like right now, we're going through that because we're uniting ourselves, our whole selves. We're uniting the upper, the lower, the inner, and the outer. We're bringing them all into one because we are the ones that are on the cross. You are the one that is on the cross. I'm going to say it again. You are the one that is on the cross. You're the one that's having to say, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing to me. Because you are the chosen one meant to walk this path, meant to know this information. You're the one that was activated. So now that these DNA activations are holding true, you take it to another level. It's time to bring in your soul energy by claiming your spiritual sovereignty. Because now when your soul comes home, the Most High can come home. In other words, your higher mind, your higher self, right? The celestial you. Not living in your root chakra, but living in totality and completion of unity between all of your chakras. So we're wearing the crown or the corona, right? We got our corona, we got our crown. This crown is giving us full responsibility, y'all. It's giving us the kingdom, the keys to the kingdom of life and death, the power to overcome. But it's in our word. But we got to know what words we're supposed to speak. See, that's what most people say. Life and power is death of the tongue, blah, blah, blah. That means there's certain words you're supposed to speak. There are certain phrases you're supposed to know. That's why they call it spelling. That's why they call it English. English is a language that's built on an angle. It's built on an angle. It's deceptive. It has a slant to it. So when I say, oh, I'm cool, most people look outside and go, it's 104 degrees. What do you mean you cool? Everything has another meaning to it, right? So as you deal with the angled language or the angel's language, whichever way you want to put it, understand that the spelling can affect you mentally because it's a spell. You were taught, you were sent to elemental school to learn the elements. I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna slow down for a little bit because somebody I feel is feeling my soul, in my spirit. Somebody really needs to understand this. You were sent to elementary school to learn how to use the elements. You were sent to middle school or secondary school to learn how to now apply the elements. Harry Potter, Phoebe. You were taught, or supposed to be being taught, how to now apply the higher metaphysical mechanics to your elemental knowledge. But instead, they sent you to school, brainwashed you, and taught you what they wanted you to know, and then somehow expected you to come into this world and be all that you can be. Or maybe they didn't expect you to be all you could be. Maybe they expected you to do exactly what you're doing right now, which is why you got to break the mental programming, the mental paradigm. This is why. We all were programmed. Yo, it ain't no shade to nobody. All of us were programmed. And we had to break that mental programming. We know something wrong, especially when we're waking up. We know something wrong. But that's why this message tonight is so important, because I feel like there's so many people waking up and they don't understand. They don't stand inwardly with the fact that they are sovereign. And as a sovereign being, you have the right and you have the right to choose and determine how your life path is going to play out. So now that we're waking up to this power that we have, this energy that we have, this energy of revolution, because it's an emotional revolution that's happening all over the world. Because now we are waking up. The souls are waking up. So some souls are waking up to judgment. Some souls are waking up to cleansing. Some are waking up to prosperity, and some are waking up. Nothing is lost, right? Everything returns to source. Everything returns to source. But the way you return to source matters. It really matters, y'all. It really matters, right? But anyway, as we going through this time and we're claiming it, see, we've been reborn now. We just went through this Cancer season, right? We just got all of this energy. Now we're about to go to Aquarius where we're about to be poured out. The emotions are about to be poured out. This new moon, this full moon, my bad, is going to be literally pouring out on you this energy that I'm talking about right now. So prepare for it. Prepare your mind, because you're going to have to be mentally strong. The old timelines, the old entities are coming back to feed again, right? Because remember, I told you this is always a soul game. This is a soul game. It's a soul game. It's about your energy. It's about your soul energy. So we're always in this harvesting cycle. We're in these cycles of gaining and giving, gaining and giving. This is called the sowing and the reaping cycle. This is what the Bible is even talking about, sowing and reaping. It's about your energy. So when you're giving your energy to fruitless endeavors, you're not going to get nothing back for your energy. You just paid it out. Therefore, you get back what you paid in. Your only currency, guys, your only currency is time and your blood. That's it. Your blood and your time. Your blood and your time. You go to your job. What do they pay you for? Your time. When you were born, they take a bond out on you because your blood is active. Your DNA is active. So they build a straw man on you because of your DNA. This is how important you are. You are the whole complete cycle. Without you, this don't exist. You are the salt of the earth. You are the salt of the earth. Without you, none of this exists. So the moment you all stand up and say, I'm done with it, it's over. That's the power. That's the power that we have. Real talk, right? So I know I've really been reading too many comments, but I really just wanted to make sure I took some notes too. So I'm going to read these notes real quick, make sure I hit everything. But we're developing the consciousness. Yep. We're developing our higher consciousness now. Our higher hearts are being activated. So we're no longer living in the lower heart frequencies where we were chasing old lovers. We were trying to rebuild the old structures that the towers had already, the towers had already fallen. And we were trying to rebuild some of these old structures. And now the universe is pushing us. We're moving forward now into this new integrating energy of Aquarius, where this is being poured out. The new us is being poured out, and we have access to our higher consciousness. We are able now to actually anchor it in and live in it. I talked about it a little bit last week about our higher self. The most high is you. It is the highest aspect of yourself. That is the most high. Because that's the highest aspect of yourself that you can come into touch with. So you are the most high. And I'm not saying there's nothing outside of us. No, there's other manifestations of self. I'm going to say this again. There are other manifestations of self that are higher than you. This is where we get into talking about ethers and ethereal beings. You have a connection to each ether because you have a form of consciousness created in each ether. This is what you have access to, but you got to claim it and you got to know it and you got to be sovereign enough to anchor it in. And that's why this Venus in retrograde is here. Venus in Leo retrograde is here. Everything Venusian is getting messed with. Think about it. Because you are being graded on what you did in the past. That's why some of the stuff that we thought we healed is coming back up for renewal. It's coming back up for healing. This is why. Because we are now getting graded. That's what a retrograde is, y'all. A retrograde. The planet ain't really moving backwards. Y'all know that. It's just kind of slowed down to the point where it's sitting there and look like it's moving backwards. But that form of consciousness has actually got a magnifying glass on your ass and it's magnifying everything and it's seeing where you are at. Consciously, you're getting graded. A, B, C, D. Oh, okay, you need to relearn that. And it gets handed back into Saturn. And Saturn be like, yeah, all right, I got you. We call that karma, right? But this is what we're here for. This is what we're doing. Because we're working out our salvation. We are working it out. We are working it out. And when you are working out your salvation, you are spiritually sovereign. This is so important, y'all. I can't stress this enough. Spiritual sovereignty. That is the biggest step on the ladder to ascension, to being who you're supposed to be. Right? All right, I'm going to get into some of these comments because I have not been reading anything. I just kind of really wanted to get that out there. What's up? And I'm on 2 platforms right now. So y'all bear with me. But I got my IG platform new on IG tonight. So thank you guys for joining me again. I appreciate it. Let me see if I can get through some of y'all comments. Thank all you guys for joining me. I really, truly appreciate it. Truly, truly appreciate it. Let's see. Queen V with 3, so crazy. Been living my life this way for the past 6 months. And I've been so happy, loving me in the progress. Yes, yes. Yes, because that is the point, is to be sovereign. Because when you do you, you know that you're responsible for you. You know that you are the one that made the choice and the decision. And if you can live with that decision, you can live with that choice, then who am I to say that you're wrong? That's true spiritual sovereignty. It's just do others no harm. You can do what you want to do, just do no harm to others, right? So as long as we know this and we keep walking in this, then we can end these open air prisons. We can end all of this control. You know, people when I show pictures of chemtrailing and all that stuff, I want to give my video banned, but hey, it is what it is. But when I show all of these pictures of the sun and I show all of these pictures of the mental manipulation of food and all of this stuff, why are they doing all that? How do they get away with it? You live in an open air prison called a country. So if you live in a country, no disrespect to my feminine, I love you all. But if you live in a country, think about what that word is indicating that you are to them. So no wonder they treat people like that. No wonder they throw the energy out there the way they do. No wonder they manipulate the mind of the masses. And they make sure to cover their trails. This is our moment to be sovereign within selves. You know, our ancestors, they walked this walk. They walked this walk. Being a sovereign being is not easy. But if you know in your heart You are not going to march with the madness. You're not going to march with all of the masses and the madness to be the next one in line to get jabbed up, to be the next one in line to get your free food and all that. Start preparing yourself mentally now. This is one of the things I love talking about, community. We got to start building communities, y'all. We got to start coming together. You know, in playing basketball and being able to travel all over the country, different parts of the world, you know, I've seen that. I've seen different groups of people, like here in the United States, Mormons, right up there in Utah. They go by Old Town. They all get together and they come up with their own rules, their own laws, and everything works. You know, we're good. But we, as a spiritual and a ascending community, we're going to have to start to do this too. And the more we can get together in our communities, the more powerful we become. This is why the illusion of separation is always given. The illusion of separation. You know, I have friends in other countries, and I'm talking to them as the sun is coming up for me, it's going down for them. Do you realize how close we all are? We're not thousands and thousands of miles apart, y'all. You're looking at the sun going away from you. I'm looking at the sun come toward me. This is why when you get on the air flight or on a plane, it takes you so long to get there because you got a 3-hour layover here, 2 hours for this plane coming in there and keep you confused and discombobulated. But anyway, I digress a little bit. But like I said, guys, I'm gonna end these live here in a minute. But you guys, any questions, throw them out. I'm just gonna kind of finish up where I wanted to go with this tonight about developing our true sovereignty, taking the risk. Taking the risk. Yeah, take the risk. Take a leap of faith on you. In other words, if you're not happy doing it, why keep doing it? It's your time. It's your blood, sweat, and tears. It's your sacrifice. Why keep doing something that you're not happy doing? Who said it? Because this is your life, your sovereign moment to be you. Right? So let me check YouTube, see if anybody got any questions. We're gonna get up out of here. Let's see. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up, YouTube fam? Lady Spellberger. I became free from a prison cell. I was more free than many other people who walked outside of a prison. Exactly. See, it's a state of mind, y'all. I'm telling you. And we are supposed to be them dudes, them women, them men. We're supposed to be them, the ones that we've been waiting on. So when we're going to show up for ourselves, when we're going to show up and be the superhero in our own story, when we're going to show up and stop being the villain of our story. Most of us are our own villain because it's the enemy inside. Enemy in me. Enemy in me. My enemy is in me. Because if I'm creating, that means I'm only getting what I am sending out. I'm getting a reflection of what I have mirrored or sent out. But most people don't want to get their reflections back. They don't want to see themselves. See, a true reflection is an image of you. So if you're acting an ass, and then someone acts an ass with you, you're getting the reflection back. How you get mad at them when they're mirroring back to you? Hopefully you're the bigger person, you can walk away, but y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying. We also, y'all getting ready, as Lady Spellbreaker pointed out, that's true. We're getting ready, man, for this 9/9. I'm telling you, from now until September, y'all, make sure that you stay positive, stay locked in on your highest timeline, your highest aspirations, the things you truly want to create, not the things that you don't want to create. If you don't want to create it, don't think it. You are stepping into a different level of sovereignty than you ever been before through any other lifetime. Through any other lifetime. I cannot impress it upon you enough. You're stepping into a different aspect of yourself, y'all. And this is everything that you worked for over lifetimes. This is everything that you've claimed about you. Everything you claimed about you is going to start coming at you. And now you're going to have to stand on what you said about you. Because if you are, I am, then I am, then I am. Right? Now you're going to be the I am. You're going to be the I am. And that's okay. That's what you were put here to be. That's what you were put here to be, right? I had my live on IG with Lulu, I love, from House of Oshun, my sister. It was amazing. But it kind of showed the time that we're in right now, because women have been chosen by the Most High, by all of our consciousness, to be the portal. She is the one that is the portal between spirit and physical, between the metaphysical and the physical. She is the portal. Without her, none of this exists. She brings all of us here, right? They're the only force on earth, powerful enough to bring in the unborn. Think about that. That's why divine feminine energy is so real. Mama's coming back. And when the divine feminine mother energy comes back, we all gonna be living in our daily embodiment. That embodiment, that what I'm talking about, that we got to embody the spiritual sovereignty, because we got to take full responsibility of our actions, y'all. We got to stop running away and start accepting full responsibility. It's like a 12-step program, right? You have to first know you got a problem, then admit you got a problem, and then go through the whole thing, right? But right now, we got to take that full responsibility to know that we whatever we have done in the past, we've done. We accept it, and now we present ourselves now as a living sacrifice, quote unquote. We present ourselves now as a living sacrifice. In other words, we are living. We are finally alive. We're finally woke up. And now we choose not to do the things that we know are going to bring death to us and to the world and to other people. That is what being a living sacrifice is all about. It's not about all this other stuff people be talking about. I don't even know where they come from with this, except for they weren't sent to decipher the esoteric book with the symbols. But a living sacrifice is actually choosing to do the thing that's going to benefit you and others the most, rather than doing the thing that you could do. Living as a living sacrifice, right? Taking full responsibility. Because eventually we realize there's going to be situations that we can assume responsibility. They ain't got nothing to do with us. But then there'll be moments when we're going to have an opportunity to stand up and say, nah, that was me. That's the moment I'm talking about. That's the moment I'm saying that you got to step up and be sovereign in self and say, yeah, you know what? I made a misstep. I made a misstep, not a mistake. Because I wasn't trying to stake your heart, right? I wasn't trying to kill you. I made a misstep. I may have stepped on your toes a little bit, right? Remember, words mean a lot in this English language, mean a lot, right? But you can't claim your spiritual sovereignty without claiming responsibility for the stuff you've done in past lives and all kinds. Like, as I've come into past life memories, guys, I've been the good guy, I've been the bad guy, I've been a lot. But I had to reconcile all of that as I remembered myself, as I recollected all of my thoughts and memories and brought myself back together into union in this moment, in this time and space. This is our responsibility, because we're supposed to be working on our ship or worshiping. So your true worship is of You, not in an egotistical way, but in a way of understanding who you are and what you came here for and what you possess. Then you can start to live in the daily embodiment of this spiritual sovereignty I'm talking about. Then you can start to walk it out. Then you can start to create. Then you can start to be a master manipulator, because this is the master's path. That's where we at now. We're all been initiated, like I said before at the beginning. We're all been initiated on this master's path. Everybody ain't gonna be able to hang on it. Many are called, few are chosen. So I'm encouraging y'all now, keep walking. Don't get mentally weak, y'all. Don't get mentally weak and give in to the old paradigms that want to come back in and say, hey, what's good? Did you miss me? Because they're going to do it. They're going to do it. They do it all the time. They do it all the time. But we are the ones living in the body. Don't let something else sit in the temple of God claiming to be God. You got to be Jesus or Yeshua, right? Yeshua. You got to be I am. You got to go into the temple and turn the tables over and say, ain't going to be no buying and selling off up in this house. That got to be you. Then you got to cleanse the temple out. Kick all their ass out. All them bad thoughts. Get up out of here. Grab by the back of their neck. Get up out of here. Everything that tries to bring you down to the lower frequencies, you go in there and flip that table over. Tear they shit up. Boom. Get up out of here. These thoughts will not exist here no more. That's your responsibility as the sovereign being. And if you don't do it, nobody else gonna do it. This is why they say can't nobody save you but you, because you are the I am. You are je suis, right? See, I look in the mirror some days and I just say, je suis formidable, je suis magnifique. Because see, it was all written in code, right? The mystery is that, if you follow the story where they say Jesus wasn't crucified, he was married to Mary Magdalene, and they went to France. See, that's a clue. That's a clue. That's a clue. Because then when they went to France, and then you go, okay, they went to France and they had a son and they named him Jesus, which is Greek. Don't make no sense. It don't do it. This is why Revelations tell you that this book was written in type and symbology, and it was only meant to be deciphered by those who could see the symbols and the typology, right? But anyway, you are the one, y'all. You're the one, and you have finally arrived. And I'm so happy and proud of you. I'm happy to be here with you and to be counted as soldiers in the army of consciousness. The ones of us that came here to stand and say, we're going to be counted. We're a sovereign being. If you tell me something, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to process it. I'm not just going to do it and carry it out. I'm actually going to think about it a little bit, right? You're the sovereign being in the temple, right? So I just want to say I love you guys. I'm gonna, if anybody else got any questions, I don't think I missed anybody. Let me make sure. Oh my God. Hey Monica, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Let's see, Cosmic Chlorophyll. Friend sent me this and went, oh yeah, thank you for coming through, Cosmic Chlorophyll. I appreciate it. Hey, I love all you guys. I thank y'all for coming through. Because like I said, we starting a revolution, man. It's time for us to stand up and claim our sovereignty. So like, share, subscribe, get it out there, because we're looking for like-minded individuals to start building this community. We have to start building this community and being there for each other. When we're not there for each other, we lose the connection. A lot of us have gotten used to this platform, this energy as the connection. But remember that humanity actually thrives on contact. They thrive on unity, not separation. This is why we feel good when we come together for events, whatever it may be. So This is why we never, ever should fail to get together and love on each other and take care of each other, because we're all we got. We're all we got. We're like-minded individuals. We are who we got. And then we have the children that we raise, right? But we are the change that we want to see, for sure, for sure, for sure. I love you guys. I'm gonna get up out of here. Yep, I kept it under an hour. I did good. Yes, I did good. All right, I love you guys. Y'all live in harmony and bliss, and be the change. Be the change you want to see, everybody. Love you guys.